There are moments when the air around you feels strangely expectant, as though the unseen world leans in a little closer, listening for the sound of your next breath. It happens quietly, without ceremony, like the hush before a long-awaited announcement. And in such moments, you may sense something stirring, not out there in the chaos of the world, but within you, like a hidden door unlocking. God says this will happen to you right now, and though your hands may tremble at the thought of stepping into what you cannot yet name, your spirit already knows what your mind has not caught up to. Something is shifting, enlarging, unfolding. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. You have walked through a season where everything felt delayed, as if your life had been placed on pause while others moved ahead effortlessly. You watched people receive what you prayed for, what you fought for, what you cried out for. You wondered if perhaps you had misread the signs, if you had placed your hope in something too fragile, if maybe your faith was just an echo of a longing you could not admit. And yet the longing remained. That persistent whisper in the deepest part of you refused to die, even when disappointment pressed heavily upon your chest. When you told yourself to stop expecting so much, something inside you nudged back, saying, "No, not yet. You are not finished. The story is not finished." What you did not see was the quiet rearrangement happening in the unseen realm, the delicate orchestration of events timed with a precision that human impatience could never appreciate. You thought you were stuck, but in truth, you were being positioned. You thought you were being denied, but you were being preserved. There is a difference, though one cannot see it until the moment everything turns. And that turning, though long delayed, is nearer than you think. God says this will happen to you right now. Not because you earned it, not because you finally became worthy, but because the time appointed for it has come. There is a peculiar tenderness in the way divine timing works. It does not rush to meet your anxiety, nor does it slow itself to match your reluctance. It moves at the pace of purpose, which is often invisible until it arrives. You asked why certain paths closed, why certain people left, why opportunities withdrew their hands just when you reached for them. It felt cruel in the moment. It felt like rejection. But what if it was protection? What if you were being shielded from things that would have claimed parts of you that you cannot afford to lose? What if the loss you grieved was the very loss that saved you? You carry wounds that others cannot see. You have walked with burdens that never showed on your face. You hid battles behind smiles, storms behind laughter, fear behind strength. People saw the exterior resilience and assumed it was natural to you, but they did not see the nights when you curled inward, praying not for miracles, but for the simple grace to make it through one more day. They did not see the moments when you felt unseen even by heaven, when silence felt like abandonment. They did not see the quiet breaking of your heart in the places you never confessed aloud. But God saw every tremor, every tear, every exhausted prayer whispered into the dark. And because He saw, something is unfolding for you now. Something you have waited for, not merely in time but in trial. There are gifts that can only grow in darkness, strength that only forms in pressure, wisdom that only comes after you've been forced to face the truth of yourself. You have been tempered, refined, deepened, not because suffering is noble, but because purpose often requires a kind of preparation we would never choose for ourselves. You did not choose your valley, but the valley chose you for a reason you could not have understood until now. A new clarity is coming to you, like dawn rising slowly after a night that overstayed its welcome. It begins not with fireworks, but with an inner knowing, a steadiness, a shift in the atmosphere of your soul. You may feel it already, the quiet strengthening of your spirit, the widening of your capacity to hope again without fear that hope will betray you. There is a wisdom growing in you, a maturity that has formed from every moment you were forced to stand when you wanted to fall. And because you have endured, you are being entrusted with something greater than you have known before. Right now, even as you read these words, something in the unseen world is aligning on your behalf. Doors that once refused you are unlocking. Paths that once twisted into confusion are straightening beneath your feet. The season that felt barren is suddenly stirring with life, not because anything external has changed yet, but because you have changed. What is coming to you is not accidental. It has your name on it. It was shaped for your character, your scars, your resilience, your growth. Nothing that is meant for you will require you to diminish yourself to receive it. Nothing that is yours will come through manipulation, fear, or compromise. What is coming will recognize you. You have been waiting for restoration, but what is arriving is more than restoration. Restoration would simply return what was lost, but you are not returning to an old life. You are stepping into a life that could not exist until now. There are things being prepared for you that require the version of you that the struggle produced. You will not go back. You will go forward with clearer vision, deeper discernment, stronger faith. Someone watching your life from a distance, confused by the peace you carry. They expected your setbacks to ruin you. They imagined the betrayal would destroy your spirit. They thought the pressure would crush you into submission, but instead, you rose, slowly at first, then steadily, then with a quiet resolve that startled those who misread your silence for defeat. They do not understand that the strength you carry is not the strength of self-preservation, but the strength of one who has been held together by grace in moments when everything else fell apart. The shift coming to you will reveal who truly walks with you and who only walks near you. When blessings begin to manifest, masks begin to slip. But fear not, God is not elevating you to isolate you. He is elevating you to surround you with those who are aligned, those who are true, those who see you not as a vessel for their needs, but as a soul worthy of honor and love. Your circle will change. Your atmosphere will change. Your sense of identity will deepen in ways you did not realize you were waiting for. There is a calling awakening in you, something you may have tried to silence because the weight of it felt impossible. But it is rising again, stronger, clearer, more insistent. You can feel it in the way old desires no longer satisfy you, in the way you are drawn to things that require more courage than you've ever used before. You sense that the next chapter of your life, it cannot be lived with the same hesitation that governed your past. You are being asked to step forward boldly, not because you feel ready, but because readiness is born in obedience, not certainty. There will be moments in the coming days when you feel a sudden nudge, a prompting, a pull towards something unexpected. Pay attention. These moments are not random. They are breadcrumbs along the path opening before you. You will find yourself in conversations you did not plan, opportunities you did not seek, rooms you did not ask to enter. Do not shrink back. Do not question your belonging. You are not being invited by accident. You are being placed. Something in you is expanding. Your capacity to love, to discern, to create, to influence. You will no longer feel confined by the limitations that once intimidated you. Fear will still whisper, but it will not guide you. Doubt will still tap your shoulder, but it will not steer your steps. You will walk with a confidence that surprises even you. Not the loud confidence of pride, but the quiet confidence of one who knows they are guided, guarded, and appointed. And now, without your realizing it, you have reached the threshold of something new, something long awaited, something divinely timed. You do not need to strive for it. You do not need to chase it. You need only to open your spirit to receive what is already on its way. Because what is approaching you now is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is not one of those fleeting moments that spark hope only to vanish before you can hold it. What is coming has weight, substance, durability. It is anchored in the very foundations of what has been prepared for you long before you ever sensed its nearness. And though you may wonder how you will carry it, how you will rise to meet the magnitude of what is forming around, you will soon discover that the strength you need, has been quietly growing inside you in ways you never recognized. There is a distinct difference between the person you were and the person you have become. You may feel like the same soul, walking with familiar memories and familiar dreams, yet something has shifted. You don't react the way you used to. You don't break the way you used to. You don't cling to what you once thought you could not live without. Your heart has learned to recognize what does not belong to it. Your spirit has learned to release what cannot go with you. And because you have grown past what once held you, you are now able to receive what was once too heavy for you. Do not underestimate the power of this growth. People around you may not see it clearly, because internal transformation rarely announces itself with fanfare. It grows in the soil of silence, in the deep places where the world has no access. But heaven saw it, and heaven waited for it. Every time you chose compassion over retaliation, strength over collapse, faith over bitterness, something was being built in you. You were becoming a vessel capable of carrying the very things you once prayed for with trembling hands. You have been prepared for what is arriving now, not through ease but through endurance. It was the stretching seasons that shaped you, the disappointments that deepened you, the delays that strengthened your patience, the heartbreaks that taught you how to love without losing yourself. Nothing was wasted, not a single moment. Even the parts of your journey that seemed senseless at the time were forming a wisdom in you that you will soon draw from with profound clarity. Right now, heaven is aligning you with a moment that will shift the trajectory of your life. Not in a chaotic explosion, not in a sudden overwhelming rush, but in a quiet unveiling. The kind that dawns slowly until you turn around and realize you're in. The entire landscape has changed. You will sense it first in your spirit, a peace that doesn't match your circumstances, a certainty you cannot explain, an inner nudge toward places you never considered entering. And as you follow these gentle urgings, you will watch as one thread after another weaves into something astonishing. Some of the blessings coming will seem small at first, almost unnoticeable, like seeds rather than harvest. But do not overlook them. Seeds contain futures. Seeds contain worlds. The beginnings may seem subtle, but the unfolding will be unmistakable. What appears as a single open door will lead to others. What feels like one answered prayer will reveal itself as the beginning of a chain of divine appointments. You are stepping into a season of multiplied confirmation. Moments where the right word, the right opportunity, the right encounter arrives at the exact moment. Your spirit is ready. There is something God is unlocking in your voice as well. You have been silent in ways that were never meant to be permanent. You withheld your truth to keep peace. You dimmed your light to avoid envy. You softened your strength to make others comfortable. But this season will not allow you to shrink. Something in you will no longer tolerate being misunderstood, underestimated, or confined. You will speak with a clarity that surprises even you, and your words will carry a weight they did not carry before. Not because you are louder, but because you are rooted. There are also relationships being shifted around you, not to punish you, but to protect the path God is placing before you. Some people will drift away because they cannot walk with you into the next chapter. Their energy no longer matches your purpose. Others will draw closer, guided not by convenience but by divine assignment. These will be the ones who see you without the fog of assumption, who value you. Presence, who respect your spirit, who do not fear your growth. You will no longer be surrounded by those who take from you. You will be surrounded by those who pour into you. And soon you will notice that the things you once had to chase begin chasing you. Opportunities will call your name. Favor will appear where effort once failed. Rooms you could not enter before will open without you knocking. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when your alignment catches up with your anointing, when the internal matches the eternal, when the timing of heaven intersects the maturity of your soul. There will be a moment, soon, very soon, when you look back at the wilderness you survived and whisper to yourself, "Now I understand." What once felt like abandonment will reveal itself as preparation. What once felt like delay will reveal itself as protection. What once felt like silence will reveal itself as strategy. Nothing about your journey has been accidental. Every step was allowed. Every shift was intentional. Every season was shaping you for what is unfolding right now. You are entering a time where clarity will replace confusion. Peace will replace restlessness. Purpose will replace uncertainty. You may feel like everything is changing too quickly, like the ground beneath your feet is moving faster than you can adjust to. But do not fear this acceleration. You are not being swept away, you are being carried. You are not losing control, you are stepping into divine momentum. There will come a moment when you feel as though the atmosphere around you is charged, quiet but electric, still but powerful. And in that moment, you will know that heaven has declared now, the things you prayed for when you were broken will meet the version of you who was healed. The blessings meant for your future will meet the strength formed in your past. The opportunities you once unworthy of will recognize the transformation you fought for in secret. Right now, your spirit is being prepared for encounters you do not see approaching. You will meet people who carry pieces of your next chapter. Conversations will spark ideas you didn't know were waiting inside you. Openings will appear where walls once stood, and in each of these moments, you will sense a whisper inside saying, "This is what I promised. This is what you were waiting for. This is what all the battles were shaping you to receive." You may notice that your desires shift as well. What you once wanted will seem too small. What you once thought was enough will no longer satisfy the depth of your calling. You will crave authenticity over approval, purpose over comfort, alignment over attention. You will begin to realize that the things you once considered losses were actually the clearing of space for what is arriving now. Prepare yourself for sudden reassurance. God will send confirmations so precise, so timely, that you will feel as though the veil between heaven and earth has thinned. A word will find you at the exact moment your heart needs it. A sign will appear at the precise moment doubt tries to creep in. A breakthrough will come at the very second you felt you had reached the end of your endurance. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are not walking alone, that you have never walked alone. And in the midst of all that is unfolding, you will discover something unexpected. Not the blessing you prayed for, not the opportunities you hoped for, but a version of yourself you did not know you were capable of becoming. Strong but tender, wise but teachable, bold but humble, grounded yet open. Courage will rise in you like a tide, slowly at first, then all at once, washing away the remnants of old fears. Your life is shifting right now, in ways you cannot fully see. The atmosphere is changing, the spiritual terrain around you is clearing, the path ahead is brightening. You will not miss what is meant for you. You will not be bypassed. You will not be overlooked. Everything aligned with your purpose is already moving toward you, drawn by the gravity of divine timing. And as this unfolds, you will feel something awakening, something ancient, something holy, something that belongs to you and yet comes from beyond you. It rises not in noise but in stillness, not in force but in tainty, telling you gently but firmly. And so, as you stand at the quiet edge of this unfolding chapter, feel no fear in the trembling of your spirit. Trembling is not the sign of weakness, it is the sign of awakening. It is the soul's way of recognizing that the ground beneath your feet is becoming holy, that your next steps are not ordinary steps, and that what you are walking into is not a simple change, but a divine unveiling. You are not who you were before this journey began, and you will not return to the patterns that once held you captive. What once drained you will no longer distract you. What once intimidated you will no longer define you. What once wounded you will no longer weaken you. Lift your head. There is light ahead of you, real, warm, unmistakable light, and it has been waiting for the moment your spirit could finally bear its brilliance. You are stepping into a season where your obedience will open doors faster than your effort ever did. Your peace will speak louder than your defense. Your presence will carry a weight you once dreamed of but never fully understood. And every promise that hovered over your life, every whisper you carried in the dark, every quiet assurance you clung to when nothing made sense, each one is now rising to meet you. Walk forward with courage, for heaven has already gone ahead of you. Walk forward with confidence, for nothing meant for you will pass you by. Walk forward with expectancy, for this is not the echo of an old hope. This is the fulfillment of a divine appointment. You are ready. The time is right. The path is open. And the God who guided you through every valley will be the same God who crowns you on every mountain you are about to climb. This is your moment. Step into it with the fullness of who you are becoming. The promise is here, the shift is now, and the world will soon witness the beauty of what happens when a soul finally steps into the life heaven wrote for it from the beginning.